Hola fire signs, it's Tarot by Tess. I promised you guys twin flame runner chaser reading, so I'm trying to make good. And that I just got out of the shower trying to fit you guys in. So I'm going to do Aries first, then Sagittarius, and then Leo, okay? The fuck? Cat? Stop that. Okay. Come on. I don't know what his problem is. Alright, so I've already cut and shuffled. The first card is going to be the runner, and the second card is going to be the chaser. And the overall idea is, how does the runner see or feel about the chaser? Okay. So it should be two cards, maybe a clarification if necessary, and the bottom of the primary. Sometimes the bottom of the clarification. Alright, oh dang. So this is going to be how the runner is described and how they feel. Ace of Pentacles reversed, Eight of Swords reversed. Ouch, Aries. So this is the one who got away. Okay, so to me, this is how they feel about you. So they feel like you got away. And this is somebody who's gotten out of something that was toxic. So they may have felt like the relationship with you was toxic, which that does describe twin flame relationships that have already happened. The majority of twin flame relationships in these readings, when it's runner chaser, tend to have already happened. So that's what I'm seeing so far. It's also a missed opportunity where somebody no longer feels like they're a victim. And they may feel opposed to this relationship. Obviously, they're the runner. So they feel opposed to it and they're letting it go. Because these are both getting free cards. Every now and then this says love. Well, yeah, when it comes to love, it says the love interest is taking note. So I'm assuming you're going to be the chaser, but it doesn't have to be that way, because I've had runners watching these videos as well. And they know they're the runners, and I'm like, you fuckers. You know? But anyway, okay, so Eight of Swords reverse says, you see the lover's true nature. Maybe they fell off a pedestal, because I kind of see that here. And this is wrong path, so I feel like the runner is on the wrong path, because if they're running, they're not on the right path. And it says they're taking note, and the relationship might continue. But for those people who may have been cheating, then that's what's being revealed, and the relationship in that case would not continue. I'm also getting there's some kind of a weird situation, and somebody is, it's repression that's causing barriers, and the person didn't want barriers. So I don't know if somebody was being a little clingy, the chaser. Overall, it's usually some kind of bad news. I feel like there's no connection going on with this partner at this time. All right, let's see what's going on with the chaser. And water signs had all kinds of good news for theirs, and Aries starting out is not so great. You could be dealing with an earth sign or an air sign, which I would never really predict that, but hey. It could be a delayed new beginning. I can definitely see that with love. But the relationship at some point will continue if you've had it previously. It's just delayed. It slipped out, but it'll come back. Every missed opportunity always comes back if you're meant to have it. So, well, trying to get some chaser card. Okay, maybe dealing with a Cancer. Came out sideways. So it may not actually be a person. It may just be talking about the characteristics. And then we have Four of Pentacles reversed. So the chaser's being very vulnerable, and they're not being possessive or clingy anymore. Or that's the advice here, but I think this is more of a description. So yeah, the chaser was being a little too clingy. Person got out, so they decided not to be. They were having a hard time controlling their emotions, and they're still having a hard time. They're working on it, but they're halfway there. They're not here. This is really out of control. This is balanced. They're halfway there. Okay, so they're working on themselves, which is good. Could be a Cancer that's chasing, an Aries. And, I mean, it didn't have to be a Cancer, though. That's just one possibility. I feel this person is not materialistic at all, which is good. Because this is somebody they don't really care about money. This is somebody who's going out away from the city. They're being a loner, but they're taking their money with them. And this person is also leaving the city. So I think it's very interesting that both of these cards are the ones that are leaving the city, and they're both here. So that might be moving as well. Or they're getting ready to, because they are sideways. There does need to be some kind of moderation. There could be a little bit of excess. I feel like it's clinginess, but there could be a little bit of overspending and even any kind of an addiction. Because this says you have to have moderation, and this is somebody who has way too much of something. This is the decision to go for it, but they haven't really decided yet. And this is somebody who's letting go of something that's expired. So I feel like you're of two minds, or there's two sets of people. One is getting ready to go for it, and the other one has just decided to give up. And that does go with some of my readings, where some Cancers, for instance, were giving up. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to be the Cancer. It could be anybody. All right, the bottom of the primary, Three of Swords reversed. Interesting. So if there was some cheating, I think it's over now. People have broken up, but there's some kind of forgiveness going on here. This says, that other party, that other option is no longer available anymore. There may be some, yeah, okay. So you've kind of made a decision. You know who to go for, but you haven't done it yet, the Chaser. This person says they know who to go for. So they know who their twin flame is, whoever the Chaser is in this situation. And Aries, I don't really see you in here, but you're one of these people. You have to be, because this is your reading. But somebody finally knows who to go for. That other option is no longer an option. And there's healing that's coming on with this. There could be an apology. So if you get offered an apology, or you're wanting to apologize to someone, maybe because cheating was revealed and you lost, like you fell off the pedestal, you lost somebody, this is the one who got away, or whoever this person is, somebody's going to see that. The runner will see that, and they may offer an apology. So whoever's doing the apologizing, that's most likely your twin flame. Okay. I'm also saying don't do anything you're going to regret. That's advice here. So if you're thinking of breaking up, just kind of hold off until you've weighed all your options. All right, let's clarify. Why is the Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Eight of Swords reversed here for the runner? Oh, okay. Okay, it's upside down. Nine of Swords reversed. Okay, so we went from Eight of Swords reversed to Nine of Swords reversed. So the runner got out of something toxic. It could be a current relationship as well. But I feel like there's going to be an apology offered at some point, and it's going to help heal some past emotions. So again, that's it's a past relationship. I feel like somebody gave up, but they might get turned around with this apology. And they're going to come out of the Nine of Swords. They're actually going to face this. And it says, yeah, somebody's being stubborn about what's going on here, because this guy's super stubborn, this Chaser person. But they're turning around now. So be patient, because this says you've won, especially when this is in reverse. So good news is on its way, but I'm saying don't rush. And that's why this guy, if he's in reverse, he's really rushing, or he's going nowhere. This guy is just, he could be going fast, but he could be going normal. So it depends on who you are. This way, he's perfect. He's also just getting ready to do something. He's ready to go for it, but he hasn't done it quite yet. And this person may not see that this is coming, but overall, the runner is getting out of anxiety after having gotten out of a toxic situation. Because, Three of Swords is a toxic situation. It's separation. So again, there was a breakup. But it may be a temporary breakup or you're coming back together. And if it was a cheating thing, that person's no longer there anymore. They may have seen the light and they know who to go for, and they're choosing their twin flame. Okay, devil wanted to pop out. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. This is also temptation. Remember I told you the chaser may be dealing with some kind of an addiction. Okay, because this is excess. And this is the need for moderation, but it's not quite there. It's sideways. Here's the addiction card. This is temptation. This could have been, the chaser could have been the person who cheated. That could have been a sexual addiction. It could be any addiction. This is describing the chaser. And that's why the runner is running, because it's not a good situation, or it wasn't. It was toxic and they've gotten out. The cheating was revealed. The whatever toxicity to me is also an addiction. So they've gotten out of it, but there's going to be some kind of apology, no more third party, depending on what the actual addiction was or why the breakup happened. Yeah, this person used to be very possessive, and the chaser made the runner feel trapped. Trapped by duty, trapped by love. Okay. And I'm seeing the reason the Chariot's sideways is if the chaser pursues the runner here. That's why they're sideways. They're not upright pursuing. I'm seeing to kind of hold back. Moderation again. It could be moderation, not just clinginess, but actually chasing the runner in this case. If the chaser does not hold back pursuing the runner, it's going to destroy everything that you're wanting with this twin flame. Okay? You would not be able to get with your twin flame in this lifetime, whoever this chaser person is. It's going to ruin everything. So that's why this is this way. There's a need to hold back. Remember, balancing emotions, balancing actions, addictions, whatever it is, clinginess, is going to get you your dreams. I'm not saying this is you. I'm just saying you because that's the cards I'm talking about. And with the Eight of Swords over here in reverse, could have been somebody got out of prison with the devil here. So the runner may have just gotten out of prison. That would explain a lot. This person's letting go of something too. I could definitely see that. Interesting. We don't even have a court card really, but there's so much freedom in getting out of something toxic. I can definitely see that happening. So if somebody's been in prison that you know, there's a possibility that they're somehow involved in your twin flame if they're not yours. Or, if that's you. So I see a lot of restraint is needed here, whether it's an addiction you have or your actual twin flame. Because there is, if it's not a literal imprisonment, then it's just that kind of toxic relationship. It could even be a slave to one's desires in that way. There could be some kind of, not abuse, but dominating type of relationship. That it could end up in abuse, though, depending on how far somebody takes it. Somebody could have just been a little arrogant and inconsiderate. Capricorn, Cancer. Most likely. Could be anybody. All right, bottom of the clarification. Death. It could be Scorpio. Overall, this is saying that there's a need to have a rebirth with this person. A release of fear. There's a lot of fear here. This person's very anxious, but it looks like they're trying to let that go because fear doesn't help anything. This is a release of fear. There's lots of anxiety here, and the runner's getting out of it. So anything that's sorrowful, that kind of thing, it's good. But it looks like there might be a revelation. And again, I'm seeing some more recovery. So if I had to guess who's recovering, it's going to be the runner. The runner is recovering from the chaser. Somebody could be in the military or in the police force. I also see more sexual passion, so the addiction could be sex related, especially for you Aries. But we're leaving the past behind. It could be the past heartbreak, not necessarily the person. And then I see a lover that's being transformed. So if there is not a transformation of this chaser person who is harming the runner person in some way, or they have in the past, if they don't restrain themselves and change, like death suggests, and it may not even have anything to do with a Scorpio, then again, it's going to destroy everything without pity, okay? And you guys will not get together. I don't believe in several lives, but you will not get together in this life, so to speak. All right, Aries, that was your reading. And now I'm moving on to Sagittarius. Hey, Sagittarius, I'm going to do runner chaser for the 2 cards. I'll clarify if necessary. We'll look at the bottoms of the decks to see if there's any more information to get. Overall, the idea is what's going on with each person and then how the runner is seeing the chaser. And feel free to timestamp these. I will be shuffling. I'm doing all the fire signs. Trying to make sure I shuffle pretty good, so. Because I like it when cards from past readings show up in other people's readings, because then I can see who's twin flame. Who's. I like it. Alright. I need a drink. There's only a little Jim Beam in here. Alright. Ooh, maybe there's a little bit more than I thought. Okay. Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on with you guys. You guys have been trying to get freedom for the longest time, it seems, from your readings. Of course, it all depends on your specific chart, because not every Sagittarius is that way. So, all right, the first card is the runner. It describes the runner, how they're feeling, and how they see the chaser. And I don't know which one you're going to be, so it can apply either way. And if I say you in the reading, and I'm holding up the cards over here, that would be the runner. If I say you and I'm holding up the cards over here, I'm talking about the chaser. That doesn't have to be you. I could be talking to different groups of people. Actually, I know I am. That's just how it works when you do generals. Oh, I don't think that counts because I was doing all kinds of stuff there. I've seen what direction they're in, so I need to shuffle again. Because I'm not reading 7 cards for one placement. That's just crazy. I would never get done if I did that. Didn't grab that card. Okay, what is the runner for Sagittarius Twin Flame? Okay, that one came out. Okay, so 2 of Swords. Wow. All right. I'm gonna need to pull some clarifiers for that one. It could be a friend. And they're holding back their feelings. They're also in denial about what to do. They think whatever problem is going on between this relationship, so you must know them. Obviously, if they're a friend, they're pretending it's going to go away. They feel a lot of affection. It's true, obviously, but they're holding back because they need some courage. They don't have a hidden agenda. They just have hidden feelings. And this is some missing information. They don't know completely what's going on with the chaser. It could be that they've been enemies, they've been fighting, and they want to be friends. And so they want a truce, even temporarily. But there is some kind of underlying issue that has to be addressed when the Two of Swords shows up. All right, I'll do that in a second. Okay, what is the Chaser card? What's going on with that one? Okay, this card wanted to come out in reverse earlier, so Five of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Interesting. So somebody is wanting to go back to somebody from the past. They're not wanting to move on. They're being very reminiscent. Nostalgic, I could say. Okay. This is somebody who left their home base, which would be a twin flame, or a home that they've been with somebody in, and they're coming to someone else. So they could be moving houses, could be traveling, but not very far. They may have even found somebody on the internet, somebody from the past. And they may have information overload when it comes to this. Somebody had felt trapped by duty to someone else, and they feel like they missed an opportunity with their twin flame, but they feel like they're almost there, and they don't want to move on. They want to be with this past person. And then with the Two of Swords over here and the World reversed, these two twin flame people are stuck. They are at a stalemate. So whatever the issue is, it needs to be addressed. And if they've been fighting, there needs to be a truce of some sort. Okay, let's pull two cards. Why is the Two of Swords here? What's the decision? That one to come out. Okay, so we have Libra, Justice. Okay. I always thought this was a Sagittarius card. I used to get it confused because the numbers are different depending on what deck you use. So, okay, I need another one. But it does remind me of you guys. Jeez. Okay, so you got 3 cards. Okay, so all of these make me think of somebody who's moving on. We have a little bit of travel in here. Okay. But 8 of Wands is fast traveling. So the runner is leaving very fast. They're deciding to move on because they've been suffering. 9 of Swords. They may not want to face the chaser for some reason. They may feel very guilty because normally this person's hiding their face. They may feel anxious or scared and they're trying to leave because maybe something was revealed to them and they're leaving fast. Because here, this person's in denial. They're refusing to see with that blindfold on. They're not wanting to. And then with Libra, the Justice card here, it could be involving a Libra, because we do have some swords here. 4 sword cards. But you could be dealing with an air sign who's the runner. Somebody's weighing the pros and cons. And they're trying to decide. I think they're deciding to leave. That's why they're the runner. They're wanting to go with just the facts. But at the same time, I have reconcile opposing forces. So yes, they're trying to move on, but it's more possibly a closure, and so they can stop feeling so anxious or depressed. Because they're very upset about something. I'm seeing they're going to have to be a little bit more flexible with what they're thinking about. They're going to have to provide grace. And there will be some kind of mystery revealed. There is some kind of a revelation that will make somebody see something, make somebody more vulnerable. I'm seeing that the runner has to trust their instincts in order to make any progress. They have to there's a need to accept responsibility. And they've either become a new complete person or that's what they're trying to do. They're being very logical about this. They're investigating all aspects, and there's a need for them to make a decision. And the chaser is wanting to come back, and it looks sad, but the runner wants to leave and the chaser's wanting to come back. That's what I'm seeing. And that's why they're at a stalemate. And then with Two of Swords, again, with Justice, it's an indecision. And this is also indecision. So we have a ton of indecision. Wow, okay. But I'm seeing somebody wants harmonious movement with the Six of Swords here, even though they want to move on. And I'm seeing, love interest is not going to make a move unless they know for sure what's going on. So that's why they're indecisive. Or that's why the runner will not make a move unless they are sure about the chaser. I don't know who's who though. Okay. Oh, that wanted to come out. All right, the moon, you may be dealing with a Pisces as the chaser. Okay. This is also a secret card. It could be somebody who's very emotional. There could even be a mental disorder because we do have some depression here. Okay, with the World and the Moon, there's some kind of social anxiety attached to this chaser person. And with the Nine of Swords, it's also anxiety. So it's as if the anxiety in the chaser is kind of rubbing off on the runner. But the runner hasn't actually made a decision. It looks like they're wanting to move on, but there's no decision been made yet. And I'm seeing this runner's being very logical, whereas the chaser's being very emotional. And so it's, they're just kind of on different wavelengths right now. And I see, well, even the chasers have two minds. That's what this moon means with the Two of Swords. Or it could just be that the chaser is recognizing that the runner is of two minds. Looks like both people aren't very sure, even though the chaser is still willing to come back. Okay. There might be a few people here where the chaser is wanting to go back to another party who's not a part of the twin flame dynamic, but they don't know that. And the runner is wanting closure. They want to give the chaser closure, but the chaser is not getting it. I'm sorry, that was two different groups of people. I didn't specify. A lot of indecision going on here. Somebody just cannot make up their mind. I'm going to say it's the runner mostly, but I feel like it's both as well. Okay. Oh, I didn't pull the bottom of this one. Okay. Justice again. Wow. So yeah, if there's a decision that has to be made, and somebody's not making it. But there needs to be a balance of logic and emotion with the intuition. With the World here, I'm seeing equal partnership. If people have been doing what's right, they don't have to worry about, what's around the corner for them. But as the equal partnership. But again, there's just this indecision clouding the whole thing. So somebody needs to start bringing more order to this situation. And again, I have correct underlying issues to prevent this same thing from happening again. So it's like somebody's going around in circles and circles. This person's of two minds because this It is a Pisces. Pisces tend to not be able to get past certain issues, and they keep bringing them up again, even when you think they've been resolved. And so this person's of two minds about what to do. That could be one of the reasons. But both of these say correct an underlying issue. Decision needs to be made, but there's something that's missing, and it could be what this secret is. Now, if this is a secret love, then there could be a little bit of danger involved. So do be careful. The chaser may be a little dangerous, but not nothing that seems too radical here. I don't see people dying, that kind of thing. I feel like there's more half-truths or a lot of miscommunication. And that's the secret. That's the missing information, is somebody's not communicating very well. And that needs to happen here. There's a need to be fair and honest. This is truth and this is half-truth. Eventually it gets revealed. So this is truth as well. So I feel like the runner's being truthful and the chaser's being half-true, because they're of two minds. If they're of two minds, they may be bipolar, and that's what the mental disorder is. And it's causing this person to be stressed out. Bottom of the deck. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. I almost started shuffling, you guys, so good thing I caught that, because this is really good. So there is going to be a complete and utter change. If you're not single, if you've been with this person, you will be single for a little while. But then this says, you get your wishes, you will find your compatible soulmate. And funnily enough, we have the world upside down here, but with it upright, we have the world's upright again. So I think you're going to end up okay. I feel like there is going to be closure, because this is a completion of a cycle. It could be a miracle. But I get, universe plays matchmaker here. I see somebody being free from some kind of limitation. And somebody's not able to forget somebody. And again, I'm seeing a lot of self-examination here. So somebody's not able to forget somebody else, even after they've moved on, perhaps. And that's why they're of two minds. There could be some cognitive dissonance here. They've moved on, but they're still thinking about them. They haven't really taken them out of their heart. Their heart's not fully vulnerable for someone else, because they're still thinking about this past person. So the people here, it could be Libra for sure, could be in here, and Pisces. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed your twin flame dynamic reading. Good luck. And I'm moving on to Leos. All right, Leos, the first card will be the runner. The second card will be the chaser. It's mostly describing them. And the overall idea is, how does the runner feel about the chaser? So I'm going to go ahead and put the cards out, and then I'll clarify and shuffle then. All right, the first card is the runner. That's the card that describes the runner, how they feel about the chaser. 10 of Pentacles. So the runner seems very committed. They may have a lot of money, possibly like a trust fund person. They're very traditional. They may have a family that protects them. And the runner could be introducing a significant other to their family, or they could be being introduced by somebody else. It doesn't have to be the chaser person. It could be anybody. And if you want to be very mundane, They could have just got a security system for their house. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on with the chaser. What card describes the chaser in the Leo twin flame union? I'm not pulling all those, you guys. That's way too much. I did see what direction they're in, so I need to shuffle again. Also, the runner could want to get married, or they actually already are married. Okay, just be careful of that, because even though they're your twin flame, even though they're running, if they're married, you gotta leave them alone. Okay, you gotta let the universe, the timing to be right. You don't want to rack up, I don't know, bad juju or something. Not that I really believe in all that. I don't believe in karma, but you don't want to be stealing other people's people. You know, that's not right. Even if they're really yours, but it doesn't matter. You don't want to. Okay, what describes the chaser? Okay, it's not too many. We can deal with that. So we got Justice Reverse. Could be dealing with a Libra. It could be that the chaser has gotten divorced and they're wanting to marry the runner. Or the chaser got divorced, the runner's still married. So they both could have been in marriages. Could also be that the chaser's wanting a reconciliation. Well, duh. Okay. And they may be a little overly idealistic, okay? Or they're deceiving themselves regarding the runner. Like, oh yeah, the runner's not very happy, but it looks like they're happy. Okay, after that, we got the Lovers. Could be dealing with a Gemini. I got 2 air signs here. So Leo, you could be dealing with a Gemini or a Libra. If I had to pick, I would say pick the Gemini. It could also be just, this is the twin flame card, okay? So the chaser understands the twin flame dynamic here. It could also be about the marriage, because we do have end of marriage, end of a union. Now we have 4 of Cups. So this is somebody's inhibited. They're shy about approaching the runner. I don't know if the runner, it could be, yeah, because the runner's in a relationship. I feel like the chaser actually has lots of options, but they're repressing their emotions because they may feel a little gullible, or they don't, again, they're being overly idealistic. They don't want somebody to burst their bubble, but it looks like their bubble got burst. It could have been that somebody was cheating. It could have actually been the chaser was cheating. It doesn't have to be with the twin flame runner person. It could be with anybody. There's also somebody who's denying something and they want to be alone. Now we have Temperance Reverse. I had a feeling this was going to come up. So Sagittarians might be involved. We have a lot of people in here. Could be because the Leo's dating a lot of people, or somebody else is dating a Leo plus other people. This is somebody's not contemplating something because it's in reverse. Somebody was very rash. So we have a very quick judgment, and it was a bad judgment. And it could have been instant gratification. So the chaser may have had an affair. They were focused on dating, and they didn't want to see this Ace of Cups, which I did see earlier, but there were just way too many cards. And it looks like they may have denied an offer or a proposal of marriage, or they didn't want to get married. And they didn't really think about what they were doing. Okay. And I think they're stressed. They were just a little too quick, too hasty. So I see snap judgment. But I'm seeing with the Lovers here, the relationship is going to heal. There's a need for forgiveness here. the relationship will heal them. Eight of Swords reversed. So a cheating was revealed. Somebody got out to something toxic. They're recovering. They're no longer a victim. So that's what the chaser is going through. The chaser could have done this, or they're getting out of that. Not too long ago, we had Sagittarians were unfaithful with a partner. That could be what's going on here. But there was some kind of injustice, whether it's a judgment or an action like another party. And over here, the runner is all like traditional and happy and dandy. There's nothing wrong with them. So let's clarify for them. But I want to look at the bottom of the deck. Okay, Three of Wands. So there is a third party somewhere. I feel like it's on the chaser side. And this says consider an opportunity, but they didn't. Or their opportunity was not considered, because the chaser does tend to offer things more than the runner. Just how it works. I'm seeing somebody needs to face life, because if they take a step and they get out of some kind of pity about what's happened, or they start seeing things in a big picture, they're not so self-absorbed like the Four of Cups would suggest, then they won't be as arrogant, whoever this chaser person is, and they can see beyond just themselves, and they won't be as picky in love. This is also an optimistic card, and I feel like this person is too optimistic. They need to be just typical. They can dream big, but they still have to be able to be flexible and be open, enjoy changes, embrace them. They have to face any setbacks that may happen, although I don't see too many happening here. I feel like they didn't really have much responsibility before. They were a little rogue, and this is saying they have to take more responsibility. And the runner over here is very responsible. Alright, so let's shuffle and see what to clarify here. I feel like the chaser's offer was denied. And it's because they were overly optimistic about the situation. They were just very self-absorbed. Perhaps they didn't want to get married. And so the runner went ahead and got married to somebody else. And I feel the chaser is not married or divorced. Or they're wanting a divorce. They want their twin flame to divorce. Doesn't mean they're going to get it, though. Alright, well, there's the Ten of Pentacles here for the runner. I got more for the chaser than I do the runner. Wow, did you see that? Okay, Nine of Cups. You guys, you're... Okay. The runner is very, very happy. They're emotionally fulfilled. They want, what they're wishing for is marriage. If they're not in a marriage, they're really wanting that. Others of them are very, very happy and married. So it doesn't look good if you know that the person you think is your twin flame is married. They're very happy. And that could be why the chaser wants them to get divorced. But they're being denied because the person doesn't want to cheat because they're happy. Others, the runner wants marriage and they're not, the chaser says no, they don't want that. Or they denied an offer, or they would not propose. So they kind of got an ultimatum and they decided not to do it, so this person's running. Interesting. And I feel like this person, the runner, is being selfish, but for good reasons. They're trying to take care of their own mental health. Because the chaser didn't seem to be concerned about the runner. They seem to be concerned about themselves. All right, what are all these cards here? Ooh, okay. Eight of Cups. They left. They were emotionally withdrawn. They were only thinking about themselves. So this is the Eight of Cups. This, Leo, you left someone. Or it could be that you were left, but I feel like, actually, yeah, I can see that. Because when you're the Eight of Cups, somebody's doing some soul searching. They're looking for their ninth cup. That's what the runner's doing. The runner left the chaser, not necessarily because they were self-absorbed or they just weren't seeing what the runner was wanting, and they got left. But some people, the chaser did leave. Even though it's not really their role, people change dynamics all the time. I do feel like you got left. I'm not saying you, just whoever this chaser person is. I feel like they're finally seeing some truth. And there's still some shyness here. And I feel like there's a new beginning, but only after there's an ending first. I feel like there might be a trip involved with the Three of Wands. That may be the adventure that the runner's going on. The runner may be traveling, and the chaser wasn't having it, and so they're alone now. It could have been for a new job or for freelance, because I do see some freelance work in here. So that could be what the runner's going on about. Okay. I feel as though the chaser may be considered an expert in their field. And so they could be the ones who've left. Or they think that the runner is not an expert in their field. I don't see that a whole lot, but that's a possibility. Either way, you guys are not together. Okay, so we have the Chariot card. Again, another travel. Could be involving a Cancer. So we have Libra, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Cancer in here. So you could be dealing with one of those. This is a travel card, and I'm seeing this person's very, very shy and timid, but there's need to be bold. Again, this whole advice says control your emotions to get your dreams. That's the overall message here. We have Temperance here, and then we have somebody who was out of balance. Somebody was bored, crabby, shy when it comes to love. I feel this person, this chaser, needs to assert some independence, and so that's what they're doing. Or it could have been why they were left. But overall, the runner seems very happy. I think they are going after what they want, which is a traditional marriage. That's their wish. And I think they're going to get their wish. And the chaser needs to be more receptive instead of denying things and being stubborn. The chaser needs to be more receptive to what the runner wants and trying to integrate those things. That's what's going to help this relationship. It'll make them more triumphant, but it's going to take some willpower. It's going to take tenacity to get this done. You have to apply your energy and you have to make effort towards apply yourself a certain way so that you make a point. Don't just use your energy unwisely. It could be a long distance as well. I'm seeing to be more selfless when it comes to love because this person's selfish. Okay. This person decided, like, look, I'm going to think more about myself because this other person wasn't thinking as much about me. So that's what's going on with the twin flames. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed your twin flame runner chaser dynamic reading. It's from now through mid-December. All right, good luck, guys.